Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. In today's video, I want to do a full guide for the Gormelee. Now, I am on the test server, so I've got a few more meals cooked, so you can always come back to this video over the next couple of days and do it. I think there's 2 left to do, which I will cover in a future video, but I'll leave timestamps because I want to talk about the bosses, the battle pass type thing, and then cooking the dishes, my strategy, one for getting the max and how it works. Then I'll give you a timestamp to all of the dishes and what you need to do to get them to the S rank category and get all the happy faces, because that's the most important thing. And then I'll also go through how to get those other achievements where you have to get certain points in one thing but still reach a certain rating, and I'll go through all that. So I'll leave timestamps in the description so you can browse around, and hopefully this should help you out for the rest of the event. And if there's anything else you guys need, let me know, but let's get into it. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is the powerful enemies. For these, I don't see a point in making a guide. I think you can pretty much just look at the leaderboards on your server and see where you're at. Now, I'm on my new account, so I have absolutely no chance in these things. But yeah, whatever server you're on, to get an idea of people around your power level, just go through the leaderboard, look at top ranked, look at like 100 ranked. Just basically see what people are doing, and then you can get the best scores. Like I said, at the moment, you know, my account is struggling because I don't have much to play with. So I haven't even dabbled into these on this account. On my other accounts, easy mode, just basically copy teams, substitute units that you don't have, and that's pretty much the go. So I don't want to go too deep into that, but let's jump into this one. Well, this one here obviously is literally just play through the quest and you're fine. There's nothing hard in this. You will just get the Skreg. As you can see, I got 3 left to do over the next 3 days. I get the next 2 stages unlock over the next 2 days, and then I can complete another dish, which is happy days. And then as we go down here, obviously we'll get the Skreg with those 300, but the big one is going to be the chef's challenge. Now, as for each of these zones, I think the puzzles side of them is very, very basic and pretty easy. I don't see a need to really go into depth into those. If you guys do think you really need help, let me know, but like I said, they're not confusing at all. So they should be pretty easy to clear through. But let's go into the chef's challenge here. Now, this is where we get into it. Now, keep in mind, there's a couple things you want to look at for this, being both the, like your cooking score, like your level goes up. If we look here, I'm at level 6. So as you go on, you go up, meaning you're just going to get more points the longer it is. So just come in, cook every day, you'll increase this level, and it makes it easier to come back to the other meals to upgrade your score, essentially. Now, the other thing that we have in here, I can't even bother scrolling through, but when you're cooking, you have a chance to crit, meaning that if you do crit, you're going to get better points. Now, what I'm going to do here is show you my S ranked meals for all of them, and basically, so you can see this one here, that's my meal, and we go here, I'm just using her for now because I don't have someone that boosts visuals. So let's just do this, have a look. And as you can see, we got S. Now we can see the faces on the right hand side are all yellow. Keep in mind, if you just unlock a meal, you might not get the highest score for it. So if we go back here, whoops, let's go back into it. And we go to this one, for instance, and I go cook, and I go cook, and I go cook. You'll see that I've got all the happy faces. Now I'm going to show you something quickly, and then I'll go through all my cooking meals and stuff like that. So you can see we've got a B there, but we do have all the happy faces, meaning there's 2 things that are going to help me do this. One is crits, so I managed to get an A in this one by getting criticals on my cooking. Like if we go one more time, you'll see that we should probably get a crit. No crits. 1 crit, 2 crit, 3 crit. Okay, we've got 3 crits, so that should be an A. So there we go. If we got all crits, we'd probably get an S on this one, but you know, I can't be bothered retrying. We'll just wait a minute. So crits do impact it, but what you want to be making sure you get is all these. Now, the other faces that we have, so what I'm going to show you here is I'm going to take 2 away from creativity and put 1 into aroma and 1 into health. So creativity, because it's 2 away from the ideal, is probably going to have the purple face, and these 2 are going to have like the unsure face. So we're going to have happy face, unsure, and then sick face. If we see this, there we go. So basically the reason is if you are 2 or more away from the ideal cooking strength, it's going to give you sick face. If you're 1 away, it's going to give you unsure face. And if you're spot on, it's going to give you happy face. So that's why on this one, if I go like this, that is going to give me all the happy faces. So like I said, I could keep retrying this and try and get like 6 crits, and that would give me an S, or I could just wait till tomorrow. Now, the other key thing that's going to give you better success is using a a hero that gives you an advantage to the one you've stacked up to 5. Unfortunately, I don't think it's till tomorrow or the next day that we get someone that will have the visual buff, the Twilight Border. I think that's tomorrow. So once I get that visual buff one, I will be able to use the visual buff unit, and that will increase my points, and then I'll just instantly get the S rank. So that's why I'm not stressed about the RNG factor at the moment on this one. But let's quickly go through all these meals. You can come back to it on each of these days to check. I think global is up to day 3, so you can come back and check for these 3 days. And then we'll also look at the special missions that you have to do inside them and how you do it. But just quickly, this is the day 1. So that's day 1, what you have to cook for to get all happy faces. This is day 2 for all happy faces. And for this one, we are using the Titus because he gives aroma up and we're fully stacked in aroma. Then we go to this one here, and we're using the Namora because she gives full points in health, and that is what we're doing for that one. Then we go over to this one, and we're doing creativity, and so we're going to go, if you have Verdan. I don't think you have Verdan at this stage, so basically, if you can't do the one that you have maxed out, then just use the Muriel. But otherwise, if you have Verdan, you can do it. Otherwise, you can come back when you have him. Then we go over to this one. That is what we're going to use. And then once again, we are going to use the Titus because he gives the aroma bonus. And like I said, this one here, at the moment, I'm just using Muriel. But once we unlock the next character that's going to give visual increase, I can do that and I will get my S ranking. Now, the other thing that we have to look at is the additional rewards. I think they kick in here. For instance, this one, receive A rating for your dish with 120 points in health. So what you want to do for that one, I believe that was the 3rd dish. Yeah, this one's easy because health is what you max anyway. So that one's not an issue. Let's go to the 4th dish, I think is where it changes up a bit. Receive B rating for your dish with 120 points of aroma. That's for the 4th dish. And as you can see, this one, we don't have the aroma. So we want to get a B, but we also want to get the aroma up. So what we can do is here, we can drop 1 off creativity, we can drop 1 off health, and we can put 2 into aroma. And I can't remember what we actually needed to do, but we can also actually, I can put, what I'll do is I'll take 1 off a visual and put that back into the creativity. And then we can use the Titus here because he's giving aroma up and visuals down, and we don't have any in visuals. So he's just going to buff up that aroma, and we're going to get what we need out. Did we need 160? If we needed 160, as you can see, we've got an S. The other thing with these missions is if you get higher than what it needs you to get, it will give you the rating. So for that one, if we had to, we can just go like this. We can go like that. And once again, we can just stack out. If we needed 160, there we go. And we should be getting a B at least with that one. We still get an S. That's because my score has gone up. But you can get the idea. Pretty easy to get those achievements. If we go back over here, even with this one, if we go to the next, the meal that I'm currently up to on this account, you can see that I had to get B rating for my dish with 160 points into health. So if I go to this one and I jump in here, I need 160 points in health. So then I look at Hugo's health and it gives creativity down. So we go down, down, up, up. So if then I go with Namora, that might get me to 160 and B. If it doesn't get me to 160, the way I did this with crits, so I didn't get any crits. So that kind of sucks. So what I can try is dropping 1 aroma and putting into health. And this is just the process I go through. And if this gives me too far down, and it doesn't give me a B. So that gave me a B. I got my 160 points, and that's how you can split it up and you can do those achievements. Like I said, those achievements are fairly easy, but once again, I'll leave timestamps to where I start going through my exact meals, and then you guys can just copy those, come back the next day, copy it again. And like I said, that's pretty much the way you work through getting the rest. So pretty simple event once you get into it. I'll cover the other 2 meals, like I said, in the future when they come onto global, but that is pretty much the entire guide for the event. Pretty good. A lot of rewards. Like I said, this one here, the one other thing I want to mention is this total score. You can see I'm at 2,300. I've still got 2 dishes to go, but keep in mind once again that once we go further on, we have a higher base score. So you can just come back and recook all these dishes with the optimal teams, with the optimal levels, and then the optimal unit as well, whichever unit buffs the highest one that you have, and then you can get those points, and that's how you're going to get the frame really easy. So hopefully that made some sense. Sorry for rambling. Thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.